Hey everyone, how are you all? So let's start the story without any further conversation. So it's 11:40, 10:50. I will be free for um 12:30. Okay, let's start the story. Mrs. Park, you now listen me or not, huh? See the time. What I said to your mama. If he ask me, you don't go school. Take a chill, granny. He don't such anything. I promise. Of you, he is not doing. Why don't you go somewhere? Mina looked at her with her eyes. Mrs. Park could speak something more. Enough. Miss see her and run to him. Jimin bent down and Miss, I see I am here. Mrs. Park sighed. Mrs. Park, Jimin, please, mom, it's enough. I heard everything what you said, Mrs. Park. Oh, okay, so it's good if you heard, then listen me. Also today my friend family is coming to see you, Jimin, and you have to get ready. Jimmy, if he accepted Minu, then I will. Mrs. Park, I take care of her. When I promise with you, what's the matter, Jimin? You will not, mom, and if you do, still I don't leave my Minu. Yes, understand? Come, you have to go school for her, Jimin. It's okay. You are more important than work. She smiled. Mama, today my teacher want to meet you, so tell me you come. Jimin, of course I come, but any reason? She called me suddenly. No, she said she just want to meet you casually and talk about my studies. Jimin, alright then, said your teacher. I meet her when I come to pick you up from school. Okay, okay, Jimin, and then we do lunch outside, he said, and she became excited and started jumping while clapping. Jimin chuckled to see her and stand up. Jimin, we are going, he said, and go from there. Not look at Mrs. Park. Mrs. Park, he see her house and take her here. How can he do this? He is not understanding 2 to 3 good families him just because of the kid. It's off time. Minu sits on the chair waiting for Jimin to come. Sophia, Minu, when your mama come? He said she come to pick me. Then uh, she meet you, Sophia. Okay, then I wait for him. She said hurriedly. She nodded hurriedly and again started to play with the toys, which is separate in the classroom. The teachers is talking with each other. See him and smiled. Mama, she ran to him and Jimin smiled to see her and then she went to her teacher. He sat on the chair. Jimin, you call me? Sophia, yes. Mr. Park, thank you so much for your time. Jimin, no, it's alright, Minu. You go and play with toys. I call you when we have to go. She nodded and go. Jimin, there is something important. You call me. Mr. Park, it's just some days ago we set the kids to draw their family photo and see what she did. Jimin see the drawing, he see she draw him and herself and on the side. He see and look at her who's playing. Sophia, when I see I don't said anything. I said her she draw someone else, but she said no one had expect you. What's this, Mr. Park? Jimin don't know in studies but in so many activities. She is not just because of her life. 3 days ago we called the here. Jimin, what? She don't tell me, Sophia. That's the point. I ask her and she says she don't. What's the meaning of this, Jimin? What she is in how she is in studies. Sophia, she is good but day by day getting just because of she don't talk with anyone in classroom in start she do, but now she don't. She most of the time play with herself. See, Mr. Park, we don't here only to see the studies. We see the of the student also, and the kid like me is getting. It's not a good. Miss Jimin nodded. Jimin, I understand you. I will focus on her more and clear all this. I do something, Sophia. Thank you so much for understanding. And what's her? Jimin stays silent for some time. Jimin Min. Sophia Min. Alright then, it's Min, not Park, right? Jimin, you can write like this if you want. Sophia, thank you so much for coming. Jimin, it's alright. Give me updates time to time, please. Sophia, I do. Jimin, stand up. Jimin, Minu, let's go. She take her bag, said bye to her teacher, and go. Jimin, come home. He stopped on his place when he see the guest sits on the couch. Mrs. Park are talking with them. Mrs. Park, oh, Jimin son, you come. He is my son, Jimin. Jimin, Minu, you go in your room. Mama is coming in 2 minutes. Okay, she said and run. Jimin went to them and she folded his hand. Mrs. Kang is your son. Jimin, that's good. He said and smiled. Mrs. Kang, who's that cute girl with you? Mrs. Park, she's Jimin, she's cute, right? She's just like me. He said, and with a smile, and they all look at each other. Mrs. Kang, you're what, Jimin, ma? Mrs. Kang look at Mrs. Pai. Mrs. Pai, it's nothing what you are thinking. Jimin, this is exactly what you are thinking. I know you don't hurt, so it's good you go from here before I worry. How can you, my mom, like this? Jimin, I can do more if I see you here again. He said, and they go. I see you. He said, and go. Mrs. Park become and stand up. Mrs. Park, what's this, Jimin? What is this, Jimin? Jimin, say, what is this, mom? Please, huh? Let me focus on her. Mrs. Park, it's enough. If you don't do the her out from the house, Jimin, I myself go to take him with me, mom. Who you are to send me? He said, and go from there. Mrs. Park, you will, Jimin. Jimin, stop. Jimin, you said right. What I am doing right. I am till now one decision of Yoongi take us here. He mumbled and go in Minu room. No one know the story behind all this. मैं भी नहीं जानती कुछ नहीं. Next day, Jimin knock on the door. Come in. He heard the voice and see Jimin and sign. Jimin enter in the room. He didn't look up. And Jimin, sir, I want to talk with you. It's important. If you have 10 minutes, so listen me. The man closed the look at him and close the laptop. I am always free for you, Jimin. Jimin sign. Stand in front of him. Jimin, it's nothing. I am going. He said and about to go, but Yoongi hold his hand. Yoongi, where? Jimin, sir, you are my boss. Yoongi, you know I am not. Jimin, oh really? Then what you are, huh? Yoongi, well, you know well what I am and who I am. Jimin, yeah, I am still and maybe till the day of I do once again. Yoongi, again? You really do the decision like I do in my previous. Yoongi, please, Jimin, listen me at least. Jimin, I am here to ask you for a favor, sir. If you give me, I want an apartment. If you can, you from my. But for now, I want. It's really urgent. Yoongi, why you want apartment, Jimin? I am not here for giving you answer. If you don't do this for me, never go there. Yoongi, Jimin, please listen me. No one remember anything. Anything now. Anything expect us. And they know anything expect us, Jimin. And I really don't want. They do. I myself. Why the I meet you and remember what I don't have to. Yoongi is feeling like Jimin. You don't do this for me, Yoongi. I said, Chayang, he give you said anything and he go. Yoongi sit on the chair. Yoongi, why you are not listening me? Not listening anything, Jimin. Just why? You know the half, but you don't know the full. That's why you are doing this. We meet again. See, Jimin, give us another chance, and you are doing this in previous. I may not able to or it's understand when you listen me. Jimin come home. He direct come in his room. When he enter, he see Minu is doing her homework. A small smile appear on his face, but his smile when he placed his hand on his now. How can he forget? He signed and went to her. Jimin, Minu, what you are doing? You come see what I make. Jimin smile and see the drawing, but he smile when he see she draw and only her. He looked at Minu, who was watching him with her innocent eyes. Jimin, Minu, what you want, Dad? Jimin closed his eyes and take a deep breath. Can I ask you something, Jimin? He's as he know what she is going to ask me. Why I don't have Jimin? Because you have meet her tomorrow. For now, let's do lunch and I show you something also. You know what, Jim, in our new house, he said, and she become happy. You know, really? Jimin smiled and nodded. They both go downstairs. Hmm. They both go downstairs. Hi, हुई हाँ की हो गया कुछ नहीं लैस लग गई सी हाँ next day Jimin almost forgets his promise with Minu. She meets with her dad and Jimin take her with him. As today she don't go to school and he don't want his mom her at home. Jimin, Minu, sit here. I come in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. See, if you want something, tell that auntie. He pointed at receptionist. She nodded and Jimin gave her his mobile and he go in his cabin. Yoongi entered in. In the office, everyone bowed at him and his eyes fell on her, who sat on the couch cutely and watching cartoons. Yoongi went to her. Yoongi, hey girl. Mina looked at him with her big jaw eyes. Yoongi, with whom you come here, princess? Minu, who are you? Yoongi, me. I work here. Minu, okay. I come here with my mama. Yoongi, oh. And where is he? Minu, he is so cute. He goes somewhere. Yoongi, cute here. Here only one person is cute, Minu. And that was my mama. Yoongi chuckled. Yoongi, really, huh? But I think he is more cute. Minu, no. You sit here. When he come, you see by yourself. Yoongi, oh. Really, huh? Then I am here. Yoongi, sit beside her. Yoongi, your mama said right, but see, we are friends now. Minu, still, if Mama said you are my friend, then Yoongi, then I have to wait, Minu. Yes, the others is shocked to watch Yoongi like this. Jimin come, he said while seeing the file. Yoongi see him and he stand up. Jimin look up. He see him. He is not shocked at all. Of course. Smile, Yoongi, you win, Jimin. Come, Minu. Minu, you promise me. I meet with dad today, she said. Jan, Jimin is silent. Yoongi, dad. Jimin, Minu, come, Minu. But Yoongi, so you are here for meeting your dad? She nodded. Yoongi bent down in front of him. Yoongi, then meet Minu. Where is he? Yoongi, here. He said, and on her forehead. Minu shocked. Yoongi chuckled to see her. Yoongi, what happened? Don't you like the surprise, Minu, Dad? I miss you. Yoongi, me too. Jimin is watching them. What Yoongi did. Yoongi, Minu, why you don't come to meet us, Yoongi? As your mom is at me, he whispered. Jimin, Minu, why? She whispered back. Jimin, Minu, how can you consider someone you're like this? I said you he's and dad name also Jimin, huh? Minu, my school ma'am said me to learn his name. She said, and Yoongi looked at Jimin. Jimin stay silent. He really don't know what he said here. Yoongi, I am your dad. Minu, you know my friends always come to pick them. Yoongi, now I also come. Jimin, Minu, come here. Minu, but somewhere you take holiday today. Why don't we go at amusement park and also then lunch and after that ice cream? It's you. If you said we can watch movie also, Minu, really? Let's go. Jimin is shocked to see her. How can she listen him? Jimin, Minu, Yoongi, I am taking her with me. Bye. He said and he take her. Hmm. Jimin is walking. Huh. He's walking. Jimin is walking in the office. It's almost evening. Yoongi don't come back. He so Minu he know Minu is with him, but still Minu think him as is. What he do he don't know. Uh, he don't know anything. The door open. Yoongi she sleep in the car. Jimin stays silent. Jimin, Yoongi, listen me. Don't think about what happened in past. In past we both even also I don't know what you want to explain me, but remember this. Yoongi, I'm and now if you give me a second chance, I have Minu. I want to stay happy with her. She's just 2 days old when I take her home house and I take her. I'm with my parents just because of her. I don't know why you do all this today. Thank you, but please don't do this again. She is kid. I handle her. I tell her she don't you. This is my guarantee. Yoongi, you speak Jimin. You don't know. I was 16. From when I started about my past, you remember everything. When you meet me here in office, but what about me? How much I wait for you. And what you said, about our I am the one who also so think about me. Also, you have me. And what about me? I don't have anyone in this life. My parents also. So what's my Jimin? Everyone deserve a chance to explain. So let me explain you, please. Who know Minu is the one whom we in past we come. She come you ever think, look at her. You don't give up, but it doesn't mean she is not. Have you ever think you do with your family for her? Why not you anyone else? Huh? When you go try in a week where only her. This is all, Jimin. This is all. The thing is that you are not ready to listen me. You are not ready. I can explain you something, Jimin is just listening him. Yoongi, when I see her, I feel same. I feel like my life is changing. Not everyone come back, Jimin. But now the story is the same. Is not same. Everyone come back. Of course they are also. Jimin, this is from what I am feeling. Zoe. Hmm. Feeling the feeling. Yoongi went to him and held his hand. Yoongi, what happened in past? Jimin, you stay with me. Even we now, if we have a chance to stay together, you are doing this. Can't you trust me once in this? Is it that much for you? I promise. If you just feel I am not. Okay, yaar, Nicola. The Jimin looked at her and his eyes turned. Of course, he remembered. And okay, so Yoongi is 16 years old from when he started to about his past, and he remember everything like this. And Jimin, when he joined the office here, he see Yoongi. He remember everything. Yoongi parents some years ago, and Mrs. Park is changed. They don't remember anything, and now. Hmm. Jimenez, they remember everything. Remember everything. If they, then the man also who them in past. Yoongi, take your time, Jimin. I don't you for anything. But I said one thing. You really get Jen. If she is really our path, then we are so lucky. He said when Jimin see her, he went to her and sit on the couch beside her. Jimin sees Yoongi, see them and smile. Yoongi in mind, hope so I get my family. He think and Jimin stays silent for some time. Jimin for now I go back. He said then Yoongi didn't say anything. He just nodded. Yoongi, it's alright. And it's alright. It's already night. Come, I drop you home. He said, and they come home. Minu also wake up. She come downstairs to find Jimin. Granny, you see, where is mom? Mrs. Park, I don't know. Where is he? He always stay with you, Minu. He is not in his room, Granny, not even in my room. Mrs. Park, I said I don't know. He said in voice and Minu make up about Minu. Granny, give me something to eat. I am hungry, Mrs. Park. To give you. Go and set your mama. He give you. She said and go. Minu make a big pouch. She looked here and there, but didn't find Jimin. Minu, it's okay. I take by myself. She said and with so much and stand on the chair and see the soup. She become excited and take the plate. She remove the cap and see the soup. And some on her. Mrs. Park comes. She becomes shocked to see this. Minu is Mrs. Park. You what you did? She said. Minu start more. Jimin come. Jimin, what happened? What is happening? All this. He shocked to see and he run to her. It's Jimin. Oh my! He don't know what to do. Mrs. Park, take her. Take her from here, Jimin. We are we're tired from her, Jimin. We go, mom, now and come. He said, and his eyes turned to see all this. His mom is really too much. He didn't waste time and take Minu with her. Hmm. Mira, 14 minutes voiceover are still left, and it's about 12. Toba now. Someone is knocking on the door continuously. Yoongi opened the door. He sees Jimin stand there. Minu with Minu. Jimin Yoongi see Jimin is literally Yoongi hardly take her from him and come in the living room. Yoongi, what happened? Yoongi, okay, calm down. Tell me what happened. It's Yoongi. What she on the Yoongi see her. Yoongi, what happened? He looked at Jimin, who Yoongi come sit with her. Jimin, I come, he said, and Jimin sit with her, and Yoongi come back with the ice cubes and see Jimin is Yoongi now. See Minu will be fine in 5 minutes. He said and softly and talking with her, and also is talking with her. She fell in sleep also. Tell everything. Tell everything what happened. Jimin is himself right now. Soon she fell in sleep. Yoongi didn't say anything. He take her from him and go from there. Jimin sit on the couch thinking what Minu said, and soon Yoongi come back. He see Jimin and sit beside him on the couch. And sit beside him. आगे नहीं करना. See, she is finally fine and now sleeping peacefully. Jimin, I am to be a good Yoongi. No, it's nothing like that, Jimin. Jimin, how can I am that much Yoongi? Listen me. Jimin, he said, and Yoongi, handling is not a work of a single person, Jimin. And this is for years. Let me do now, Jimin. Same Yoongi. I know you still need. Don't agree. Don't let you go. You did right to take her here, Jimin. I was so confused. I don't know what I do. Young, you do right. You stay here. I know you need your time, but Now I don't let you go and stop. Don't, your precious. Even just because of she is your mom. Otherwise, I don't own a person. Yoongi, you heard that much. Yoongi, what you think? What a father do, huh? He said, and Jimin looking down. Yoongi, stand up. Yoongi, come now. She's in the room. Jimin nodded and stand up. Jimin, Yoongi, thank you. Yoongi, for what? Jimin, for everything. He sat down, looking down. He go, Yoongi, mind, how can I tell you? How can I tell you? Huh? Jimin opened his eyes. Next day, he see Minu is sleeping. Jimin signed to see them. A habit like Jimin, he thinks sometimes and thought maybe Yoongi is right. It's not, I don't, but still Jimin sit on the bed and see them for some times, and then he go for fresh up. And then he go for fresh up. Come, he is thinking he wake them up or not. A small smile appear on his face. To see them. Hmm. To see them. Jimin, Minu, get up. See the time. Minu, no 5 minutes. She said. Jan Yoongi change the tomorrow also. Yoongi, it's okay, Jimin, but 10 minutes more, Jimin. You don't wake up, Yoongi. No, she don't. He said in a sleepy voice and sleep. Jimin signed to see them, but he smiled. He go downstairs, not wanting to know. Disturb their sleep. Maybe both sleep if you currently. uh, okay, so peacefully. Third last scene, finally. 27th, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Allah, 7 minute. Jimin come downstairs in the kitchen. He is thinking to make breakfast. He is thinking what to make. A small smile appear on his face. Once again, when he remember how Yoongi used to make breakfast for him, Jimin think more. His phone start ringing. He start to talk with his friend. Okay. I don't know how I sleep that much. You don't wake me up, Jimin, really? Minu asked from dad. Yoongi, what from me, huh? We sleep because Jimin raised his eyebrow. Yoongi, I give up. Minu, you make breakfast, Yoongi, yes. What you want to eat, Min? Pancakes and strawberry milkshake. He heard and he stopped. He looked at Jimin. Yoongi, alright, done. In school, but is mama, see, Jimin, it's okay. It's not that much. You just have to go and sit there and study. Yoongi, no. No, how can she go, Jimin? She go after 1 week. I talk with them, Jimin. What? Next week? Huh, it's impossible. Yoongi, no, it's decided. You can do whatever you want. He said, then Minu show him her dates. Jimin said, Jimin, do whatever you want. Second last scene. Jimin sit on the dining table. Min is playing on the ground. Yoongi come and sit on the chair in front of him. Jimin is watching her. Yoongi, she is looking happy. Jimin, she start to go in previous days. Yoongi means. Jimin explain him. Yoongi, huh? We go in her school to ask she improve or not. Jimin, okay, huh? Time, I tell you, I am working on, right? Jimin nodded. Yoongi, Jimin, that was your mother who set me to work. She said, oh yes, she said she is your cousin who, and she is your mother's sister. I want to ask you, but she stopped me. She said it's not if you take, that's why. Oh, even I tell this to your mom, and from that day he started to me and do all this, Jimin. But my mom don't have any sister, as I remember. Okay, so Jimin know about this. Huh. Okay. She don't have an Yoongi, but she said to me, Jimin start to think Jimin she have her best friends. Me who don't set them to I just want to see what he do. Jimin, who's he? I mean, you have his photo or something. I am confused. I may know him. Yoongi, I have. Wait, he said, then show him the photo. Jimin see, he show Jimin what? He is the one who do all that. Yoongi, you know him? Jimin, I see him some days ago. He come in my house. He's my mom friend's son. Hmm. Okay, so with also now Yoongi. Oh, so now I understand the whole concept. He want us again. That's why he want to Jimin. Actually, in past the day I come late. You remember when I said to mom, dad to stay with you? Jimin nodded. Yoongi, I was in and I already hmm, and said while looking at Yoongi, nothing happens. I am sure to you both, Jimin. You are yourself also. He said, and Yoongi see him. He nodded. Yoongi understand. Yoongi phone start ringing. Yoongi, now I am coming. He said and cut the call. He stand up. Yoongi, take care and close the door. Jimin, Yoongi, Yoongi, come back. Come back soon. Yoongi, I will, he said and smiled. Jimin see him with his expression. Jimin, we meet after a long time, Yoongi. I don't want to you again. He signed and went to Minu. Of course, he don't talk with his mom now. After that, what she did. Yoon is really so sleepy. Yoon the host. Last scene. Time skip. Time passed, everything became alright. They got there at Jake's, Mrs. Sparkler and her vessel, and what's left? Nothing. Minu got a good family, a dad. Everything is going well, but Yoongi and Jimin, they know they each other. Sometimes they said, nah, it's become to explain your feelings, and this is what's happening with them, but it's enough for them. They are together. Jimin is looking outside from the window. Minu is sleeping in her room. Jimin is so nervous. First time. Now it's making and also and it's once again and now without any. This is what he want. He is thinking when Yoongi come and stand in front of him. Hmm. Last in and third last text. Jimin see him and looking down. Yoongi, everything is fine now, Jimin. Jimin, yeah, finally, Yoongi, maybe. Jimin see him, Yoongi, Jimin, I'm sorry. Jimin, Yoongi, I'm sorry, what I do in past, it's not a small thing. It's not a small thing, Yoongi. Don't talk about past. It's not. It's good. We start a new life. And second last scene, he nodded and looking down, Jim and I, Yoongi, both each other and smiled. They back and look at each other. Yoongi to Jimin smile. He closes his eyes and Yoongi places on his logic. Voice over नहीं होना होया नहीं हम्म कितना रह गया last scene last text and the last scene. See you soon, bye.